So I've been very vocal about not being a fan of a day in the life videos. First of all, they're influencing. Secondly, I feel like that they set the notion that titles define expectations, and that is the furthest thing from the truth. For context, I have been within the space of analytics for over 13 years, and I've been in several different roles where the titles span across responsibilities. So I want to take this time to show some very real job postings off of LinkedIn where data is not even in the title, but when you look at the tools and the expectations, it's very much so data driven. And the beauty behind this is each of these roles is actually in multiple industries. So let's get into it. So let's start with this one. This is actually a finance and compliance manager. And someone that might be transitioning into analytics will probably skip right on past this. But when you look at the key responsibilities and the descriptions, they're looking for advanced Excel, dashboarding, analysis, stakeholder reporting. This is data, but it sits directly in finance and compliance. Now, I want to use this one. This is actually a operations enablement manager role. So when you look at the expectations of this one, they're actually looking for revenue flows, trend analysis, manually eliminating manual processes through automation. This is analytics, but it sits in the heart of the business. So the data that this person is expected to leverage is going to support the business. But guess what? It's very much so data. It's very much so analytics with the title of a operations enablement manager. Now, someone transitioning might skip right on past this, but this is a good role. Now, this one is a really good one as well. And when you look at the expectations of the job description of this one, they get into ROIs, data modeling, and the skills go to advanced Excel and SQL. Now, once again, somebody that is transitioning might skip right on past this, but this is a gem. This is a gem because when you're building out, even they ask for dashboards, when you're building out those dashboards, you're not doing it for the sake of like just to build out a dashboard. First of all, that's data, but secondly, that supports the business in making informed decisions. So this is the analytics role squarely in the business. Different titles, industries, and teams. But guess what? Those skills were consistent. Every last one of them requires SQL, advanced Excel, and data visualization. That's data. And this is also what I mean when I say skills pay the bills. Skills matter, and the ability to leverage them across the domains, different industries, that's job security. That's the only job security you have is your ability to take what you're able to apply here and apply it somewhere else. Basically not get boxed in. That is how you navigate the space. Across every last one of those, you see SQL, you see Excel, you see data visualization, you see communication to stakeholders. Guess what? That's transferable to every industry, every domain, every team. Like it does not box you in. You don't learn finance analytics or ed analytics or big tech. I've even had people ask me about big tech. Anything can be applicable to any space if you fully understand the foundations and the fundamentals of data. Domain knowledge matters, context matters, all of that matters, but those skills are transferable. That's the game. And I do want to address that skills don't replace those fundamentals. The skills are the fundamentals. So just because you see a role that does not have data in the title, but you are not experienced in SQL or Excel or data viz or any of those things, does not automatically make you qualified for that. You still have to know the skills and you still have to know how to apply those skills, regardless of whatever the industry is. So when you invest in your skills and when you're strategic about the way you leverage them and navigate your career, that's power. You're never boxed in on a domain, you're never boxed in on a team. You have the autonomy to be able to navigate any industry and any space because data lives everywhere, whether it is called data or not. It thrives and it lives everywhere. Titles will box you in. Industries, they'll try to box you in, but them skills, get them. They go everywhere. So with that being said, bye y'all.